Welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine, the show that teaches you how to survive the stuff that can kill you.
Like hypothermia, or a polar bear attack, or the winter cold.
Brr, and the stuff that just makes you wish you were dead.
Like bad eggnog, or an empty stocking.
Pass.
Or no guest.
Turns out we totally survived it.
We totally did. You'll see in a second.
Let's get to the theme song.
Let's do it.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. How to survive. How to survive.
Welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. I'm Danielle.
I'm Kristine.
And our guest is sick.
Da, da, da.
Da, 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 da. So we're just doing a little fly by the seat of our pants sort of holiday spectacular.
Yeah, we're going to get into it.
Yeah, I'm not going to cancel the showgirls just because our guest is sick.
Who needs a guest when you've got us?
Yes, exactly.
I have something to share about Danielle.
Yes?
She's getting into ribbon.
Well, it's sort of a funny. I wrapped a little gift for Kristine in a ribbon, and
It's beautiful. I'm going to take a photo.
I explained that I think it was starting last year during Christmas. I decided, you know what? I don't care if I live with two guys. Everything's getting a ribbon,
Yeah.
and it's sort of an homage to my mother, which is funny because my friend Alex Alexander, who was our very first guest,
She really was.
texted me yesterday, and she said, I think about her, my mom,
Yeah.
every time I wrap any presents, because when I was throwing your bridal shower, I got married in 2004. She gave me a whole passel of ribbons, and I still have some. That's how much she gave me.
That's many years.
It feels like the never-ending ribbon spool, like magic.
Aww.
My
That's
mother was very
sweet.
fancy, and so everything had a ribbon. And we would trade gift bags back and forth over the
Yes.
course of 20 years, So there, you have a ribbon on your gift.
You're carrying on the tradition.
Yes.
Judy's ribbons.
Judy's ribbons, yes.
That'd be a good shop.
It sounds like
Right?
Joann's Fabrics.
Judy's ribbons. But it's sweeter.
You know, Joann's Fabrics changed their name from like Joann's Fabrics to Joann's, but now it's spelled differently. Like there isn't a hyphen, or there was a hyphen.
I didn't know that.
You think there was like a coup?
There was a coup hyphen.
They were like, we
Someone that
carry a
Joanne
bunch
came
of
in.
other stuff now that's actually just crap.
Yeah.
So,
And they didn't want to say crap and fabric.
yeah. Yeah.
So we dove into Tulsa King last
Oh,
night.
okay. Yeah.
Largely because Andrea Savage is a friend of Jimmy's and was on Never Not Funny recently.
And she's on that? She's on that?
She's got second billing.
Nice.
Second
Good for her.
billing after Sylvester Stallone.
Wow.
Here's my problem with the show, and it's not going to ruin anything. The man is out of prison after 25 years.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No.
They go to get ice cream cones. And he even comments, wow, I can't believe how good ice cream is. I forgot. They
Yeah.
don't serve it in prison. And he doesn't finish the cone. He's been in jail for
Yeah.
25 years without ice cream.
Yeah.
And he doesn't finish the whole ice cream? His first ice cream back?
Yeah. That doesn't,
buy it.
That doesn't track.
I don't buy it.
I thought you were going to say he's been in prison for 25 years. How did he keep up on his fillers?
That's another good question.
Because I've seen a little bit of the...
It's a very strange combination of aging and fillers.
Yeah.
It's hard to... I mean, by the second episode, we watched 2 episodes. By the second episode, I was more used to it.
Right.
But it's very weird because it's like his face is moving but not moving.
Yeah.
And it's just...
It's strange.
Also, his nose is completely different than his nose when he was younger.
For sure.
But it's not smaller.
I don't want to, again.
I know.
I
It's
don't like
just
to
weird.
shame people for their work. It's hard
and
to be.
By the way, he looks amazing.
Of course.
It's revealed in the show that he's 75, and we looked it up, and he is actually like 76. And he looks freaking amazing.
I've always liked Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Rocky. I think it's a
Yeah.
classic. I think it's a wonderful film. But
You get
it
over
can be
it.
unsettling.
It's a little bit.
It can be unsettling.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought, I mean, if I haven't gone a month without ice cream, I'm not going to throw half the ice cream away. Just seems.
Do you know
bad
he might
writing.
be? Maybe he's lactose intolerant. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Not to be the devil's ice cream advocate.
Well, you know, everyone. You know, there's both sides. There's two sides to
You know
everything.
what? There's good people.
There's good people who are lactose intolerant, and there's bad people who are lactose intolerant.
In that vein, because I feel like Tulsa King for me, I put in the same basket as Yellowstone. And are you going to watch the prequel with Harrison Ford?
I have no interest in Yellowstone. I have no interest in any prequels.
I love Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, but I'm like, it's still a Western.
Yeah, no interest to me. I only watched Tulsa King because Andrea is in it. And I thought that was sort of exciting.
Will you keep watching it?
I don't know.
Or did the ice cream really just was it for you?
It wasn't. I don't know yet. I'm just not sure. It certainly wasn't. You know, there's some humor to it.
Yeah.
He has some nice delivery.
The writing's
Stallone. Yeah, the writing, except for the ice cream thing.
Yeah.
The writing's solid.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't completely capture me, but you know, I mean, I still have. Have I talked on the show about my unorthodox life? Have I talked about that on the show? No, I haven't.
No.
Right. So while my mom was dying, I needed something really dumb to watch.
Okay.
You know,
Fair.
you just need to get your mind off things.
Yeah.
So I was on Netflix and I happened to see this little ad for something called My Unorthodox Life.
Is this about women who leave the faith?
Yeah, it's about one woman.
Okay.
So this woman, it's such a bizarre story. I'm sure they're going to make it into a movie. Like, I mean, obviously it's already a reality show, but it seems like they should make it into a movie. So this woman, I'm blanking on her name, was an Orthodox Jew in Muncie, New York.
Okay.
Except every time they said Muncie, I thought they were saying Muncie, like Muncie, Indiana. And I was like, there's an Orthodox Jewish population in Muncie, Indiana. I was really confused. But it's spelled Muncie. Anyway, she left the life.
Yes.
4 kids.
Okay.
And in the course of 7 years became the head of Elite Models. It's really fucking weird.
What?
Yes, because she doesn't have a business background. She was a housewife. I mean, they don't work. The women don't work.
How does that happen?
I don't know. They kind of very quickly explain it in the first episode, but it's so quick. She also wrote a book, which I haven't read, so I'm sure it's more detailed in the book. At least on the reality show, she wrote a book. I don't know. I mean, everything is so staged on the show. But so most of it's dumb and reality show stuff and like feels incredibly...
Are her kids with her?
Okay, so that's the interesting thing. So her kids are in different stages of giving up the life.
Okay.
So her oldest daughter, who is married, was married at like 19 because you literally can't touch until after you're married. Her oldest daughter is now an influencer. But you're supposed to believe, and her husband still wears the yarmulke, but obviously they're not Orthodox anymore.
Oh wait, so her husband left with her, and they're together.
No, the daughter and her husband. No, she left her husband. Her husband.
Okay. He's okay.
Right, he's still in Muncie. So her oldest daughter is an influencer, and there's this episode where she decides she's going to wear pants because you're not allowed to, and we're supposed to believe that she's never worn pants before, and her husband has a problem with it. Meanwhile, she wears micro mini skirts constantly, but pants are an affront. So, I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess the Jewish religion or any what's the word?
Orthodox?
No, but the word for fundamental.
Fundamental,
that's sort of the woman's point, is any fundamentalist thing is not a good idea. So then she has her younger daughter who is totally out of it and is bisexual and is running around in, short shorts constantly. Then she has a son named Shlomo who has never been on a date, and he just stopped wearing the yarmulke, and he's just so shy and stuff. And then she has the youngest son who's 13 who still lives with the father. Well, he splits time.
Okay.
And he's ultra religious.
Oh, wow.
So she's trying to show him the ways of the modern world.
Here,
they call it
Game Boy.
Yeah.
Are there still Game Boys? That's not really Super Nintendo.
They mean something different now.
Yeah, I meant Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
firmly stuck in the 90s with the Super Nintendo.
I mean, I don't even know that. To me, that sounded totally legit. I don't know
PlayStation.
anything about game PS5. Is that a thing?
Yes. Yes.
Is that the current thing?
Yes. Nintendo Switch.
I might as well be
Nintendo
an
Switch.
ultra-Orthodox Jew for all I know about.
I should know these things. They're constantly on my children's Christmas list, but
okay.
I'm still stuck in the old references.
So anyway, I'm obsessed with that show.
Yeah.
And it's so staged and really lame, but I find the religious stuff interesting.
It is interesting.
And the ex-husband is even like very sweet and anyway, it's pretty anyway. So that's my story.
I mean, they must. The fact that they're allowing it to be all filmed,
I know,
and he's appearing on it as well,
I know.
must mean he's got some level of flexibility because I remember seeing a documentary about Orthodox Jews who had left the faith, left the Orthodox part, and maybe even the entire religion, but one woman had lost her children.
Yes, the woman actually says that. The center of the show says that she's extremely fortunate because some people lose their whole families. Yeah,
because they don't go through a court system. Yeah, they go through the Judaism court. Like they abide by different laws essentially, and like the rabbis or whoever makes the decision is
she
like
could sue for custody.
I guess, but I think they don't follow the rules of. They're kind of
but they live in the United States. They'd have to. I would think they'd have to follow. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It was interesting though because it was like, well, the husband's going to take the kids and you're banned. You're screwed. And goodbye.
I wonder if they can't go. I mean, they could, but maybe they don't allow to go to the law of the country. Whereas they have to go to like their council or whatever.
It's not
first.
like Native Americans where it's their own nation. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know. Maybe they just don't do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
but I feel like if you're trying to get out of that, you wouldn't follow those rules necessarily.
That's what I mean.
Like,
exactly. So you would think you would sue, but maybe they think it's more disruptive to their children or something. I don't know. It's like the Scientology thing too.
They somehow evade the law and sort of go by their own. Yeah.
But meanwhile, what I really want to know is if this woman's breasts are real because they're enormous. Yeah. And she's tiny. Mm-hmm. So I'm not an idiot. I would think that they're fake.
Correct.
But as Sarah Silverman has once pointed out, she has heavy Jewish breasts.
Yeah.
And the woman said something about gravity. But I guess gravity could affect your breasts even if they're fake after a certain time.
I would say she's also had how many children?
4.
Okay. And then
she's teeny tiny.
And they look pretty big and high.
Well, I mean, she's always pushing them up and stuff, so it's hard to tell what's...
I don't know. I'm suspicious. This all sounds a little sus, as the kids say.
They can't be real.
Yeah.
But anyway...
They might have been, like, done. She might have had large breasts that she's had done.
Done. What does that mean, done?
Like lifted. And then... But I think at some point you still have to have...
Implants put in.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're right.
I think so. I as a small-chested lady, I don't know, but I think that the rules are you don't get to be tiny and have giant breasts and have 4 kids and then they still stand up.
You're right.
But maybe there's somebody out there who has this situation.
Oh, she also has a gay assistant who is involved in every single part of the family. And she has an Italian husband who is getting real sick of her not being around.
Oh boy!
So
there's a lot of drama. This really has
season 1.
Real Housewife vibes.
I haven't started season 2 yet.
Speaking of Real Housewives, we have to find out when the Jenna Lyons season's going to come on.
It's not till after the new year. At some
well, that's
point.
okay.
I know. I'm really excited.
That's good for us because that can be our bonus content.
All right. So speaking of your children's Christmas lists,
yes,
they're 10?
Yes.
Are they? What is the Santa situation?
So.
They believe, they don't believe?
They mostly do, I think.
Aww.
I think they're like, we don't know, we're suspicious, but we kind of still want to keep believing.
Yes.
So we're just going to continue to believe.
I love it.
So, but
so then do you have gifts that are from you guys and then also from Santa?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We do both. And we have some photos of Santa delivering gifts in our house. from a couple years ago, and Benji always likes to go look at those photos and try to prove they're faked.
Is Santa 6'2" with blonde hair?
No.
6'4", sorry?
No, it's not Sven.
Okay.
So there's a service you can, like an app you can do to have a Santa Claus in your house.
No.
It's really cool. And like, he's coming out of your chimney, he's at your tree, he's dropping off gifts. It's wonderful.
You just take a picture of your own house and somehow it puts the Santa in there?
Yes. They don't know that that's how it is. So
oh my God, that's amazing.
It's really amazing. And Benji's like, this isn't real. Somehow you guys faked this. I can tell, but he can't figure it out. So we're like,
Oh my God.
Then you prove it, Benjamin. But he can't. So he's just like,
Wow. So, it's a deep fake.
Yeah. This starts to feel a little weird, though, when they start getting older, because then you're just like, I'm actively lying to them. So what I do is now, because he'll say, Mom, is Santa real?
Uh-huh.
And I'll say, what do you think?
Right.
And he'll say, I don't know. But then that stops. So, I don't press it further.
Right.
Like,
because at this age, they're probably talking to their friends and some of them say he's not real.
I think they know. I think they kind of know. They're not dummies, but I think they just kind of want to keep believing. So that's fine with all of us. And then the other day he goes, last year I heard a helicopter on our roof. And I think Santa's rides
in a chopper?
I think he actually rides a helicopter now.
Oh.
And I was like, all right. So it's very funny, the logic that they use. They've been watching this show. Do you guys know? I think you know about this show, Garen, because I think you mentioned it in the past. Heartstopper.
Oh, God. Yeah.
What's that?
It's this teen gay romance.
Yeah.
It's English. It's so...
That was so redundant. English gay romance. I don't know. It just all sounds like the same word. Uh-huh.
It's so lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Alex discovered it. And she was like, Benji, you're not going to like this show. It's all romance. And I was like, he likes romance as long as there's not singing. If people start singing,
he draws the line.
He cannot take it. But like, so we were all watching it.
That's so funny.
He's like, I don't like the singing. He's like, people aren't supposed to break into song.
You know what? There's two kinds of people in this world. People who accept musicals and people who don't accept musicals. And it's just the way it is.
Does not.
Yeah.
Unless it's The Greatest Showman. He loves that movie.
Huh.
Loves it.
Because it's...
I don't know. I think he just
Wolverine?
he thinks Hugh Jackman's really cool.
Well, he is.
But
I mean, it's just the same as any other. There's a lot of breaking out.
He's 10. He doesn't know yet what he likes. Right. But so we were all watching it. We just kind of binged it yesterday because Benji was sick. And then, he didn't go to school this morning. And he was in Alex's room, like under piles of blankets. And I said, you can watch TV. You can't watch YouTube because they put YouTube on the TV for soccer. So they could watch the World Cup. He's like, all right. So I go in the shower and then I look in and then there he is all alone just watching Heartstoppers.
Oh.
And it was so cute. He's just like watching this teen boy romance.
So it's is it like a soap opera sort of?
No, it's very sweet and lovely. And I mean, I think you don't have to watch it with a kid. I mean,
No.
It's not.
I cried every single episode.
How old are the kids in the show?
High school.
14, 15.
So it's not graphic.
Oh, no. It's very sweet, very love story.
That's so sweet. What a great thing to exist.
It's really, I love that they're seeing it because I don't know what my kids are interested in that regard, but I love that these examples exist for them to see these
just
like
normal,
there's still some elements where you see that if you're a kid who is gay, it's difficult and but it's mostly just lovely. And then Alex found this other show called First Day. Have you guys heard of this show?
I've not heard of.
First Day. It's Australian and it's about a girl who's trans and has to go. She has her first experience being able to, be a girl presenting in high school and, had to at her old school present as Tommy as a boy. And so now she's going as a girl for the first time and it's all her concerns about people finding out. And then the bully from her old school shows up and knows that she's trans, and then the sort of school finding out she's trans, and sort of the experience of a trans child who has her parents' support. And it's mostly really lovely, but also there's some elements of like other kids dealing with a trans student, her dealing with her own experience being trans. But like both my kids watched that as well. And I love that these shows exist.
Absolutely.
You know, and that they're like out in the world for other kids who may be going through that, and also just kids who aren't trans can watch them too, to see like,
it's just another story.
This is another story. It's normalized.
Yeah.
And
it's not presented comedically.
Correct.
Like when I was growing up, there was nothing really.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Jim J. Bullock, but I was too young to even know that. But then we had Will and Grace, but everything was a joke. It was all comedy.
Yes.
These shows are real,
real experiences.
They're presented like a normal drama or whatever, but it's not, a joke. It's not, everything's not just, haha, look how goofy or whatever.
Yeah.
This
amazing. Is what it's like to live in this body. And
so do the kids ask you questions, or is it just like it's so second nature to this generation?
Not really. Not really, because they also have students at their school who have changed their names, who go by they, who aren't, I don't know if they have any kids who are trans necessarily, but they definitely have like, non-binary kids who are, who are gay, who are bi, who are figuring it out.
Right.
And they're very just like, yeah, that's normal. To them, it's like, that's normal.
Yeah. That's what I figured at this point. I mean, at least in Los Angeles, I'm not saying everywhere in the country.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like in other places. And we're not even in the most tolerant.
Yeah, you said your area is a little conservative.
It can be a little conservative where we are, but I think the school we're in is very like open-minded, luckily.
So the kids haven't had any troubles.
No.
Those
I mean,
kids.
You know what? Benji has had a kid call him gay a couple times because of like him dancing or something.
Right.
But there's always going to be a kid who's a jackass.
Right. Absolutely.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Who thinks it's funny to call someone gay. Like, that it's an insult to call someone gay. And so we've had that conversation where it's like, well, there's nothing wrong with being gay. Right. And the kid is growing up in a home where maybe he's not learning.
He's being taught.
He's being taught those things. It's really not his fault that he's making these kind of...
But in a few years, you can call him an asshole because then he'll be old enough to...
Look, the kid's an asshole. We know that when he did his book report on Donald Trump. So...
Oh, is that true?
They had, like, all the kids had to do like a report on somebody they admired, and they made like a figure of it.
No.
And like Alex did Billie Eilish, and Benji did, I think... LeBron James. It was like someone from history or pop culture. And kids did like Susan B. Anthony, and this kid did Donald Trump. And I was like, of course he's the kid that treats everyone in class like shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What did he say? What did he cite?
I mean,
like he had to cite all Breitbart and
I don't even know.
Fox News.
I don't even know.
The Storm.
But it's like he's the kid who made all the kids cry because they all adopted a spider in the class that was like in the corner, and they named the spider, and the spider had babies, and then he stomped on it.
Oh, he's a sociopath.
So I just think, I think
jeez.
He's, you're going to have a bully.
Yeah.
That's just...
Wow.
How it goes.
That is sad.
Yeah. Way to bring it down, Kimmel.
I know it. Well...
But then again, he is our next president, so let's show respect.
The kid is our next president? Or Trump will be our next president? Yeah.
I have a gift for Garen.
Oh! Yay, gift time.
Gifty gift. And you know how much I know about superheroes, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're king nerd.
I think I've established that over many episodes.
Oh, the bag. The Justice League bag.
This is for you.
Thank you. Should I open it now?
I know you guys can't see it, but it's a Justice League gift bag. It has Superman.
And it is...
Wonder Woman.
The
very famous...
It's even better in person.
Garden Squirrel sweatshirt.
I'm going to take a photo.
Oh my God. It's such a good pink.
Isn't it though?
Good pink.
Yeah, I think so.
This is the hyacinth, right?
Yes.
Hyacinth is the color?
Yeah, hyacinth.
Hyacinth. It's a flower. By the way,
really cool.
having a loved one die is a really good time to figure out that everyone in your family is allergic to flowers.
Oh no.
We've had to put these
like people are
bouquets.
taking flowers to your house, and then all of you can't stand it.
We have to put them outside.
Well, and also a lot of a lot of death flowers are like the ones with lilies and lilacs, and those
ones are
are very allergen producing for people who are sensitive.
Jesus, we were all like,
oh no, yeah.
I mean, they look very nice on the porch, but it's so sad.
Now, next time you can say, in lieu of flowers, please make a donation to my Venmo.
Right.
Please subscribe to How to Survive.
I still like them.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I just, because the one that came, it's so beautiful. And I'm not allergic to that one, but Jimmy apparently is. So, also a lot of action going on at the house today. What is sure to be a failed attempt to capture one of the cats.
Oh boy.
Because one of the cats has a bum leg.
Okay.
Did Jimmy talk about this on Never Not Funny?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
I can't believe he's not talking about the cats more on Never Not Funny.
I actually am kind of surprised. One of the cats has a bum leg. So we feel like
an injury.
An injury.
Yeah.
We don't know what's wrong with it.
Okay.
Jimmy keeps hoping that it's like just a thorn in its paw, but who knows what it is. So we're trying to capture one.
Okay.
So he got one of those capture crates,
like the metal traps.
The trap. Mm-hmm. But the gray one kept trying to go near it. Yeah. Because the gray one is the one that he's the bully. He eats first.
He's like, I'm going to get that food in that trap.
Right. But Jimmy put the other food out also. It's not going to work. It's a mess. And they're just staring at us. And then the other two cats in the neighborhood showed up. It's a fucking menagerie. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm going to go do a show today because I can't be around here for this.
Was his plan to take it to the vet then?
Yes.
Okay.
No, his plan was to wring its neck.
Because I'm like,
to put it out of its misery. No, his plan, I think they need to go to the vet anyway to get spayed and neutered. Yeah. But there aren't any vouchers left in Los Angeles.
No.
Which is really weird. Yeah. I thought that was just a thing to help really control the population.
Oh, we tried
You've
this.
Tried, okay.
Well, when we were getting mama cat spayed, neutered, whichever one it is for the female, I went for hours. I went online trying to find like a low cost place because they're always like, we'll do it for free.
Right.
And they're so overrun.
Right. That there aren't anymore.
Sad. There just aren't anymore. And so we found the lowest cost place we could in Highland Park.
And how much was that?
$150.
Oh, okay.
So there are places that you can pay a lower cost. Okay. And there's there's lists that I can send you for that. But, otherwise a regular vet is, I think we're going to end up paying like $500 for our cat. It's a lot.
But anyway, Jimmy's thought was first, let's just take care of this, get his leg fixed. But that could be a lot of money too that we're not necessarily going to spend. Yeah. So I'm not really sure. It's kind of a dark. I don't know. Maybe we should never have started feeding them. I don't know.
You're doing the right thing.
I don't know.
No, he's trying to catch the cat, not the possum that's pretending to be a cat.
That picture, oh my gosh. Can I please put that?
Yes, of course
I gotta put that in the newsletter and share it.
So sometimes
it's so funny.
There's food at night that's left, and this gigantic possum comes and just waddles up and eats the cat food. And hangs out with the cats. I mean, they don't really seem to be bothered by it.
But that cat's face is like, do you see what's behind me? Hello.
It's gigantic. And we have glass doors, so we see them and we're like right next to them, but and they see us, but they can't get in. But Jimmy likes possums, whereas of course I'm naturally terrified of all rodents. Oh, I guess they're not rodents.
That's funny that he likes possums.
He thinks they're sweet and that because they're ugly, people give them a bad rap.
That's
and so
true.
He has a lot of empathy for the possum, which is very sweet.
It is. They freak me out.
And this one is you saw it. It's gigantic. Yeah. It's gigantic.
It's a big one.
It's like the size of a small pig. Yeah. It's just, right? It's huge. So anyway, I don't know. Whatever he catches, he's on his own.
You know what? Let him handle this.
I know. It's just that there doesn't seem to be a solution because if the gray one gets in there, and the thing is, the one we have to capture, the black one, he's more skittish than the other one. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of impossible to get him in there.
You never know.
They're just going to have to grab him. But I don't think you can grab him because he's so skittish.
You know what? maybe Jimmy's going to just handle this.
That would be so lovely if I came home and it was handled.
It might be.
But after dealing with my mom, I was like, this is on you.
Yeah,
I'm not touching this. I can't.
Sometimes you just have to like wash your hands of certain things.
Washing my hands
and be like, this is your thing to manage.
Right.
I have a gift for you.
Oh, I get a gift too.
Yours is a 2-part gift.
Okay.
That just means it has 2 things in it.
Okay, it's not a sequel.
So I'm handing Danielle a gift bag.
Okay. It is very pretty. And oh, yes. Oh my God. It's gorgeous. It's the How to Survive water bottle, and it's fantastic.
It looks good, right?
It's great, and it's really big.
It's
not too tall. It's like fat.
It's
that's like legit.
It's legit, right?
I love it.
Here. I promise you guys, we're not just advertising our own merch for this.
No, it's
we're excited about the merchandise because it looks really good. This is the Nathan Diffie art that he made for us just for fun, like to be nice because he's the best. And
it's a sports.
We put it on a water bottle, like aluminum water bottle.
Oh, but it's really good quality.
It looks good, and the bottle's nice, right? I didn't know because I had sent a water bottle to Dorothea, friend of the show.
Yes.
At some point, because she, as a thank you, at some point I gifted her a water bottle, and she was like, "It's so great," but I had never gotten one for myself.
Yeah.
And so I never knew, what they were like.
Yeah.
And I know you guys might think they just send us all kinds of free merchandise.
No,
but they
we
don't.
have to pay for it.
We have to pay for it. So I was really happy to see there's another little thing in there.
Oh, inside the same bag. Okay.
Yep. So
I'm going to bring this to pickleball. And then explain to all the Vientas what okay. Okay. All right. And then it'll be Chris's turn to open her present. Okay.
Just a little something.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm already reading it.
Oh, you are?
Yes. It came on the... Thank you, though. She got me the Talented Mr. Ripley, but I just got it on my... What do you call it?
Kindle.
Libby. On my iPad. But thank you.
I can just take it back then.
Okay.
It's fine.
I don't want you to waste money, so...
I mean, it's my copy.
Oh, okay. You take it back then. Here.
I don't. Unless you want the copy.
No, I don't need the hard copy. It's okay.
Or Garen, if you would like to read it,
I've never read it.
You should take it.
It's really good. I'm in the middle. It's so anxiety producing because you're just like, what if you just didn't do all those things that are going to get you in trouble?
Yeah.
But it is interesting. Okay, so now Chris can open hers.
When you're done reading The Talented Mr. Ripley, I encourage you to read up on Patricia Highsmith.
She's like a nut job, right? She's like really conservative or something weird.
She was a closeted, well, maybe not closeted lesbian, but she was gay.
Okay.
In a time when it wasn't really okay to be gay. And I think a lot of her personality was similar to
she's like cuckoo
to this character.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, the way she's written about is really like, wow, she was not likable.
Oh, wow.
But I also liked that, she was a woman who didn't care about being liked. And sort of wrote a lot about and also that, I don't want to say too much. Okay, I don't want to give anything away about the book.
This is so fantastic. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm gonna.
This gift is just a silly thing that I saw that I thought, well, I would like this, so I hope Chris will like it as well.
Well, I'm excited. It's really cute paper. So just do a little bit of reading up on Patricia Highsmith when you.
I will. I look forward to
And she also wrote. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Carol.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I want to see it now.
Did she write that?
Yeah, that's based on a book she wrote.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So now I want to see Carol because of that. Oh my gosh. I love this. On this day in history, shit went down. James fell. So and there's just a train coming out of a building, which is, right in my wheelhouse.
It's all just like crazy things that have gone down in history, like real things, but it's told in this and then you wouldn't fucking believe what happened next.
Mae West was sent to jail for corrupting the morals of youth with her first Broadway play. When participation in the Hitler Youth became mandatory in Germany, groups of teen pirates rebelled. Muhammad Ali refused to drop bombs and bullets on brown people in Vietnam. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun.
Yeah, no,
like a little
shit goes down every single day of the year, year after year. Sometimes it's a battle that changes the course of history. Other times it's a life-saving medical advancement.
Does that go like day by day or something? Like,
this is really
I don't
fun.
know.
No, I'm going to love this.
Because it's called On This Day in History. I don't know. Maybe it is. I think it is. Might be that.
March 12th, 1938. Anschluss is German for unification. Many refer to the joining of Austria with Germany prior to World War II as an annexation, the forcible acquisition of a state, but judging how Austrians filled the streets on March 12th, 1938, to cheerfully welcome the fucking Nazis marching into their country, the word annexation doesn't quite fit. And then they're going to talk about
all right, so
a bunch of Nazis.
Hitler stuff. Yeah. Okay.
We'll do yours is May
21st.
21st.
I wish they had history books like this when I was a kid because I'm
know.
into this aggressive language.
Yeah, and it's just like little bits at a time.
There's a certain cachet to having your Wikipedia bio list you as disappeared rather than proclaim you dead. Although Amelia Earhart was born in 1897, so it's certain she's not still doing the Gilligan's Island thing somewhere in the Pacific. Today is the anniversary of when a dude with fucked up ideas about racial purity who also cheated on his wife a whole bunch first flew the Atlantic solo. 5 years to the day later, a much cooler person did it. Let's focus on her. Oh, yours is about Amelia Earhart. You won.
Yeah, you won.
I've started reading this book by Allie Smith called Companion Piece, which I love her. She's an English writer. But in the book, she talks about how, oh, Jesus, my brain. It's like I can't remember anything anymore.
I know.
I've become Walter Koenig.
We're all a little bit Walter
You know that
Koenig.
you know that poet? Who's the poet? His name's like C.C.
G.H. Lawrence. C.S. Lewis. C.C.H. Pounder.
C.C. DeVille?
Guys.
C.C. DeVille.
Anyway, I can't think of the name of this poet who has really
Michael J. Fox.
It's Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
He has really short poems and his name's like C.C. something.
Okay.
Anyway, I really liked his poetry. It's like I know two poets, you know what I mean? Like, and one's a white guy.
And one you don't know the name of.
And I don't know his name.
Robert Frost.
And then you find out, oh yeah, he was kind of an anti-Semitic,
right?
And talked about like racial purity in some of his poems and sucked as a person. And you're like, oh, they all did.
Yeah, they all did.
They all did. Everybody you think is great sucked.
A lot of them.
Most of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you just gotta set them all on fire and.
Yeah, or just I don't know. If it's older, I'm more likely to separate the art from the artist as opposed to someone in my lifetime where I don't separate the art from the artist, and maybe that's not fair.
I don't know. I think you can. I think it doesn't have to be black and white. You know, like we were talking about Hemingway at some point in this writers group. And there was a young man who stood up, very young, and he was like, you know, why are we supposed to respect his work when he's so, you know, he talks about women in this way that seems very misogynist and denigrating in the work. And not to brag, it was George Saunders who was leading the group.
Oh, boy.
Was like, that's fair.
Yes.
That's a valid point. However, this is how men talked about women in that time period. It's not like he was this monster.
Right. They were all monsters.
That's how women were viewed.
Culture.
It was the culture of the time. And I also think it's important to not say, well, we're not going to read that anymore, because I think we have to remember what it was like so we don't do that again.
Right.
You know, it's important to sort of say.
Well, also there might still be artistic merit to what he wrote, regardless of. Have you seen Tar yet?
No, I want to. Did you watch it?
I really liked it.
Okay.
I really, really liked it.
I've been told by many people to see it.
But anyway, there's a similar sort of argument that takes place in that, in one of the scenes. So about, you know, witnessing people from, or maybe it's in more than one scene, but anyway. So that's sort of interesting.
I think, it's I think we've talked about this before. It's like this idea of Woody Allen movies. It's like, I don't think you have to say you can't watch them, but I think you watch them and you point out, look what see how he is with young women.
Right. But see, that's what I mean. If it's someone in my lifetime, I'm less likely to give them that license, because I don't want to see his movies anymore.
I don't either. But
even the movies I liked, I don't want to go back and see them, because it's just too upsetting, because it's too present.
I know.
As opposed to this poet who you've made up because
E.E. Cummings. E.E. Cummings.
Okay.
Yes. I agree. I don't want to see his movies anymore either, but I think there's a time in the future when when Alex is going to be 17 or Benji's going to be that age and they're going to want to watch one for whatever reason, and I'm going to say, yeah, let's watch one together, but let's talk about who he was. Right. Let's talk about how he's treating women.
That's the other thing, is that his movies are so autobiographical and so disturbing in the exact same way he's disturbing that it's not even like you can separate it.
And I don't think I would have to sit down with my kids and talk about it, because they're going to see it. They're going to be like, why did people love these movies? Yeah. They're so disturbing. Like, he's so awful. Why did anybody think he was great? I would imagine, based on the way they're growing up and what they're being exposed to.
All right. Garen, you have one more gift.
Yay. By the way, I just looked up E.E. Cummings before you said it.
Thank you.
Give it to you, but you got it.
That's why we pay the big bucks.
So your memory is working. Do you want me to read the card?
Sure.
A little something. It's Santa. Oh my God. To put the Merry in your Christmas. Merry Christmas and thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you.
It's an Uber gift card.
Gift card.
We got to get Garen here.
Right. It's just, you can only use it to go back and forth
to this job.
That's it.
Not for job interviews anywhere else.
No.
Not for.
No one's interviewing me.
Not to other podcasts.
Are those new glasses? Those purple glasses?
No.
Oh, those are nice.
A couple months. A few months. New-ish.
I'm not observant.
I think you're very observant.
Not so observant. I wear a wig, but that's an Orthodox Jewish joke.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Yes, I got it. I got it.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I used to have a joke in my act about, because, like Jews are trying to pull one over on God, because the whole idea is that you're supposed to be modest. So even I know, it's so fucking crazy. So the women aren't supposed to show
their arms,
their hair, anything to God. But the hair thing is, that's why I said pull a fast one, because it's not like they're wearing a handkerchief or something. They wear wigs.
They wear their
so
hair.
It looks, except it doesn't. It always looks horrible.
It's this big.
Interesting.
It's puffy.
Because we lived in the Orthodox Jewish neighborhood.
Yeah.
When we lived in sort of Hancock Park adjacent near Hollywood, and it was very prominent Orthodox Jewish neighborhood. Yeah. And it's just like so many women with
same
big wig, like big, because they have a lot of hair usually to begin with. It's very thick. So then they're covering that with another big pile of thick, dark hair.
And that's what, whenever I get my hair cut, I come out looking like I'm wearing one of those wigs. It doesn't matter. Every time.
You know what I would say?
What?
It's good news that you have so much hair.
I guess it just, they always do it in this. I'm like, I look like should be wearing a long jean skirt to an exercise class.
I used to have, when I taught yoga, I used to have those women come to my exercise, my yoga classes, and I would feel so bad for them trying to get into poses in those long ass skirts.
But they were allowed to wear leggings under the skirt, right?
Yes. It just was so many clothes.
It's so many clothes.
In like hot LA.
And then they'd have the wig on too, I guess.
And the long sleeve, like long black sleeves. And I'm like, man, how are you not dying?
It's banana times.
Yeah.
To each his own, I guess, but it's fucking bananas.
I think most fundamentalists.
Well, yes, that's what I mean. It's all the same, but it's
bananas.
Yeah.
And it's oppressive to women.
Which is the point that What's Her Face was trying to make to Aram. It's spelled Aaron, but it's not. It's spelled Aaron without one A, but the youngest boy. Anyway, just watch the show. Just watch it so I have someone to talk about this stupid show with.
I'll try. I just don't know.
It's Netflix.
I want to ask the three of you. I guess I'm going to include myself in that. Favorite TV show of the year, since this is kind of a wrap up of the year show.
Okay. The problem is I never know what year shows came out.
That's okay. Just something that you watched this year that was your favorite thing.
I can't remember what it's called. Well, of course, Succession.
Sure.
But what's the
Walter
Adam Scott show?
Oh, Severance.
Did Severance come out this year?
I think so.
That was my favorite show.
You know what is kind of exciting?
What?
Is they're borrowing a lot of stuff from Sven's store.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting.
So some of this furniture, that office space obviously has a very mid-century feel, so they're getting stuff from his store.
So when they borrow it, that's like a rental fee?
Yeah.
As opposed to, okay.
Yeah.
So that's good. Does he do a lot of movie stuff?
A decent amount, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do they like credit him in the credits and stuff? So people
No, I don't think. Well, actually, I don't know that.
Probably not.
I don't know if I don't think he gets credited in the credits, but it's just a fun little piece of hot goss.
And then does the stuff come back? Hopefully in great shape.
Yeah, it usually does. If not, they have to pay for it.
Do they rent it per week or something, or per month?
It depends on. Sometimes it's for a season because if they want it in the whole entire show, and sometimes it's just for like a couple of weeks. But I'll see if I can find out what they got, so we can look for it on the show. There was something that was rented for the Harry Styles concert, so Alex and I got to see it on the stage.
That's cool.
It was for his opening guy, so it wasn't actually. It was taken off before Harry came out. But Alex was like, "That's my dad's couch!" Like she was so excited.
Cute.
It was really cute.
So yeah, Severance, Succession. I'm sure there's other things. What about you?
I really loved White Lotus.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I was going to love this season as much as I did, and then it just really hooked me.
Okay. Yeah.
Succession for sure. I think the reveal scene with Kieran Culkin was one of my favorite moments.
Pic.
Yeah, in
one of the funniest
television
things
history.
I've ever seen.
I laughed. I mean,
Jesus Christ,
that was one of my favorite things ever of all time. And gosh, I'm sure there's so many other things I can't think of right now that I really loved.
All right. So speaking of White Lotus, if you can find this clip from SNL this past week, that Chloe Fineman is a goddamn genius.
Oh, does she do Jennifer?
She does Jennifer Coolidge. It's Jennifer Coolidge is amazed at Christmas things.
Okay.
And it's just a stocking. What? That's so crazy. But she's so dead on. Did you see
Yours is pretty good.
It makes you just stare in amazement. Yeah. Like, I do appreciate impressions. I know it's not like the same as coming up with your own character, but it's so wildly perfect that you're just like in awe. You've got to watch it.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm excited.
She's a treasure.
Yes.
Chloe Fineman. She is. She's a treasure.
Protect her at all costs.
Yeah. Protect her at wrap her in bubble wrap.
All right. Garen, do you have
favorite
a favorite?
shows?
It's Heartstopper.
Oh,
Heartstopper would
that's
definitely
great.
be my favorite one because it's just a joy to watch.
Did you ever watch the Irish show called, I think it's called Normal People or Ordinary People?
I read the book.
Oh, you did?
I love that writer.
Okay.
Sally Rooney.
Sally Rooney.
Yeah.
I have not read the book. Mm-hmm. The show, I know that wasn't this year, but that, oh my God, that'll drain you of every tear in your body.
Okay.
Well, it did me. I thought it was fantastic.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
I'm a big fan of her books. Another of her books, Conversations with Friends, was also turned into a show.
Oh, okay.
And I liked that book a lot as well. Oh, wait. Better Things. I can't not mention Better Things.
Yes, I still haven't watched that.
One of my favorite all-time shows of all times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's some of the best television out there.
It's so, I don't know, underseen is the right word, but
underappreciated. I don't know.
It was on for many seasons, right?
5 seasons.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I think it's a little gem of just perfection.
I gotta try that again.
Yeah.
I mean, not again. I haven't watched it, but I've got to try that.
It's so good and perfect, and anyone who has complicated children especially will appreciate it.
Gotcha.
She for sure does, and it just makes you feel like I'm not alone in the world.
Seen.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
My mom works on that show, or worked on it. She was, I used to work with her. She played her agent or her manager.
I can't think of that actress's name.
Rebecca Metz is her name. She's wonderful.
I know that name.
She's wonderful.
Rebecca Metz?
We have to have her on the show.
I feel like I know that name.
You would know her.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of great people on that show.
Oh, one of the best cast shows, I think.
So great.
And it's got people that you know, but you don't see them as you know them. Like, they're so good in their characters that they are these.
Oh, okay.
It feels like just a real world.
Yeah.
You're like, this is her life. We're just watching someone's life.
Okay. But in an entertaining way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Funny, sad. It's a perfect show.
And does she do the whole thing as Bobby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the
good.
weird part.
Okay. Because that's something. I'll get my son to watch it. Oh, there was actually a really good episode of Bob's Burgers last week. It was one of the best episodes I've ever seen of Bob's Burgers.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was really funny and actually really touching.
Aw, I love Bob's Burgers.
The kids all had individual like Christmas performance type things they had to go to, and so the parents had to figure out how to go to all of them. And it was really good.
Okay.
It's really, really good. Did you see it, Garen?
No, I love that show.
Do you watch that
though.
show? Oh, you do? Okay.
I don't need to see The Simpsons anymore.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, Benji wants to always watch both on like Sundays. He's like so excited because he's like, there's a new Simpsons, there's a new Bob's Burgers. We all got to sit down and watch it. And I'm always like, I can skip The Simpsons. And I just think Bob's Burgers is really knocking it out of the park. It's so good.
So good. All right. Well, speaking of knocking it out of the park, I'm going to take some urine out of my bladder and take a little breaky poo.
Take a breaky poo.
And we'll be right back with no guests.
No guests.
More stuff.
Maybe some letters from people that wrote in.
Let's do it. Welcome back to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. I am Danielle and I'm stuck to the chair. I have sort of Batwing-like sweater on today and it got a little bit... Anyway,
you could play a villain in a superhero movie.
Yes,
I was like Batgirl.
Yes,
like theater teacher. Like
theater teacher. Oh, do I look like a theater teacher?
No, in a good way. It's very fashionable and very like.
Okay, all right.
Like a cool
it's a good
teacher.
Yeah.
Basically, this is what happened. My hair. I woke up and my hair was filthy. Mm-hmm. It's not like it wasn't filthy yesterday. It's not like a shock. I just thought, you know how sometimes you can get away with it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't today, so I had to put it up.
This is my last day.
Right.
And then tomorrow I'll have to wash it.
So putting it up meant, oh, that'll look good with a turtleneck. Mm-hmm. Turtleneck meant turtleneck Batwing sweater.
Yeah.
With a shirt underneath because I can't have a quarter of my arms exposed. It's too cold.
Plus the Orthodox
thing. Yeah.
No, I get it.
Oh, I should have just put my wig on today. That would have solved everything.
So you guys remember my Christmas sweater? I think I wore it here last week. The big giant sweater.
Yes.
That I wore for my Christmas picture. So I went to a party over the weekend.
Braggart.
I know.
Did you have a goat at your party? Because I went to a party and there was a goat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, damn. There was a goat to pet and he was wearing a Christmas sweater.
I'm jealous now. Yep. My story's going to suck.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
There's no thunder now.
Okay, so you wore it to a party.
And I just need you to know, in that sweater, I sang Metallica karaoke.
Nice. Was it at a home or was it at an establishment? Okay,
it was at a home. And I sang, which Metallica song was it? One of the popular ones.
I don't really know Metallica. I'm sure I would know the song, but I couldn't, for the life of me, name a Metallica song.
I sang it with Lizzie Cooperman.
Nice.
Who was dressed, very sexy, because it's Lizzie.
Because she's Lizzie.
And she's usually dressed pretty sexy. And I was in this big,
love it,
giant, very Finland-y, like Huga type thick sweater. And Sven had gone to the bathroom, so he didn't know what song we were going to pick. And, Metallica's like his band.
Right, because of his band.
Because his metal passed.
What's it called again?
Miscarriage?
How did I forget that?
I don't know.
Literally, how did I forget that?
It's good because it gets to be a surprise again.
It's a shock,
right?
Like a miscarriage. It hits me hard.
Yeah.
It has ramifications.
Yes.
That I'll never get over.
And you don't know if you should feel relief or sadness.
Exactly.
That was my experience with my miscarriage.
And the blood comes through my ears instead of other places.
Oh, that happened?
I'm thinking if I heard miscarriage, my ears might start bleeding.
They might bleed. I could bring some in for you to listen to. Not actual miscarriage.
No, I'm good.
The band. Should we move on or
she picked up her phone. I swear to God, I thought you had audio of you singing.
I have
Metallica.
I do.
Oh, okay. Is it any good?
No.
Okay.
No, it's bad.
Can you
that would
sing?
tell us what song it was.
Can I sing? Well, you've heard.
I mean, I know you can sing on the theme song.
You've heard my singing, so you know the answer.
Can you sing Metallica?
I think you kind of shout it. That's what I did. I mean, that's why I was like, you know what? I think karaoke, you're either going to be bad, or you're going to think you're good, but you're still going to be bad. I hadn't had that much to drink. I'd only had like a beer and a half.
Okay.
So I wasn't in that zone of like, I'm going to belt out Stevie Nicks and everybody's going to love it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have any mixed drinks. So I was like pretty sober. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to have fun and I'm going to commit to it. and who cares?
Sadly, there's no amount of alcohol that exists in the world that can make me feel comfortable doing karaoke.
I just had fun. I didn't.
No, I'm glad.
I knew it didn't sound good, but I didn't care.
That's not the point.
No.
Okay.
What Stevie Nicks song would you have done if you were in that?
Leather and Lace.
Oh.
But I might have even sung the Don Henley part because I think that might be note-wise easier for me to hit.
And then Lizzie would sing the Stevie part?
Yeah, she's probably more of a Stevie Nicks. You know, reads
she's
tarot,
a little witchy.
You know, she does the whole tarot thing.
Okay.
So
That was the song for my mom's second wedding.
No.
Leather and Lace? Oh my God. I
Wait a
love
second.
that.
When
I
you say
love
the
that.
song, like the song they did their
danced
first dance to?
It was their theme.
You in the
Wait.
moonlight.
Back up. Back. Beep, beep, beep. Back up. George Costanza. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, so was the invitation black and lacy? Is that what you're saying? Leathery and lacy?
I don't know what the invitation was.
But you say
like,
it was
but
the
were,
theme. Okay.
Like the centerpieces, if memory serves, they were lace and there was like a leather string on it.
Were there roach clips with feathers?
There might have been. Because he was like, he had a motorcycle and he was
Yes.
like, I guess I think he was a younger guy.
I'm imagining bridesmaids wearing roach clips in their hair, like on the side with feathers. Like a lot of my brother's girlfriends.
I wore them when I was a kid. I didn't know that a roach clip had anything to do with marijuana. It was just the style.
Yeah. I mean, I knew, but that's just because people were using them to smoke marijuana in my house.
Because they would say, Chris, pass me the roach clip.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't spill your sippy cup.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was lace centerpieces with
This is my
leather.
favorite story.
Okay, what else?
Well, he was a motorcycle dude, so he was like long hair and whatever, and married.
Did he have a leather vest that he wore without a shirt underneath it?
Oh man, maybe at the reception.
That was fancy.
He just tore the sleeves off after he said, "I do."
He said, "We're done. I can't take this formal shit anymore."
Yeah.
Put on some Skinnerd.
Yeah, they lasted a couple years.
I have some letters from our listeners. I love to share. All right. The first one is from, I'm just scrolling through my phone, friend of the show, Matt Alstorf.
Okay. Is that someone I know?
You know Matt.
Do I?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't think we know
You said
Matt.
friend of the show, so I thought, is that someone I'm supposed to know?
I think he's very active on our social medias.
Oh, well, thank you, Matt Alstorf.
Of like just being very positive and liking stuff.
Oh,
and
nice.
giving
I like
us
the name.
praise.
I remember going to Alstorf's when I was a kid. It was wonderful.
Discount grocery store.
Yeah.
God, it was so good. They had great samples.
Yeah.
They had the pigs in the blanket. Thanks for that, Matt's family. A brief story.
Okay.
So, number 1, I continue to adore your show and look forward to it every week. And number 2, a couple of recent episodes, the ones about runaway trains and an umlaut mistake in Europe, have reminded me of a ridiculous story from my life 20 plus years ago.
Okay.
I was spending the summer in Barcelona studying Spanish and was going to visit a friend who was living in Paris at the time. Naturally, rail workers in both Spain and France were on strike.
Right. That happens all the time.
So there was plenty of drama and delay getting from Barcelona to the French border, and then again continuing into France. This was an overnight train and it was packed. I mean, no seats available and every inch of standing space was occupied. I somehow lucked my way into an actual seat and promptly fell asleep once we'd crossed the border into France. A few hours later, I awoke. I was alone in an empty rail car that had been detached from the train and had been left. I know, this is nuts.
Oh my God.
And had been left in a rail yard in some random small town in the south of France. No one had chosen to wake me up when apparently everyone else got off the train or got on another train or whatever they did. Thanks, guys. It's crazy to me that like the person who goes through and collects tickets, like, or
how about everyone else in his compartment? If it was so crowded, there were other people in his compartment saying,
yeah,
we're here. It's the last stop.
French people are kind of assholes, though. No, I don't want to say all of them, but it's
Hashtag
like
not all French people.
Most of them. So I gathered my luggage and jumped down onto the tracks. It's a pretty big jump if you're not at a platform. I was not at a platform.
Oh my God.
I walked towards the station along the tracks and was yelled at in French by a station agent or someone holding a flashlight. I assume he was telling me I shouldn't be on the tracks, which was good feedback. But also not helpful since I didn't really have a choice. I eventually found a way to get up onto the platform and saw that the station was closed. So I spent the night sitting outside. That's terrible. When the station opened at 5 or 6 a.m., I went in and tried to negotiate my way to Paris. As a good American, I had taken many years of French in middle school and high school, but could only speak a few words of the language.
Which is what happens when you take many years of French.
So I took my ticket, shoved it at the agent, and said, "J'ai besoin de Paris." That means, I need Paris. Not a very intelligent argument on my part, but I think he understood. He shoved my ticket back at me, and I shoved it back at him, and we went back and forth a couple times, with me emphasizing that I needed Paris, and him, I assume, telling me that the ticket was for a train that had already left. Eventually, he relented, and I got a seat on a train, in a smoking car, of course, to Paris. It was at once a disaster and a wonderful trip. Thanks again for your show. It lifts my spirits every Tuesday. Matt.
I'm just sorry Matt's not here so I can ask him a million questions, but that's a great story. That's so crazy.
I mean, can you just imagine waking up and it's dark, you're alone in some random, you don't know where, like you don't know what town you're in a foreign country.
That's crazy.
And then you have to jump down.
And then you don't know where you are.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be cognizant of the fact of what a great story that would turn out to be, or if I would just be livid.
Oh, no, not at the moment. Oh, no, I don't think
terrified.
At the moment. Yeah. Although Keith had that moment when he realized, when he was lost in Germany, right?
Right.
When he realized, this is going to be funny, but, it takes a while that's crazy. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. That's a really fun story. Okay, what else do we have here? Lots of junk mail. I'm going to skip. Okay. I'm going to share this only because I want other people to feel comfortable sharing their requests as well. This is from Misty. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her last name, so I'm just going to say Misty. And maybe people don't want their last name shared. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hello. I feel uncomfortable sending this email, but you said to do it.
Here's my social security number and the link to my bank account.
Here's my address. I would love a Drink Your Coffee non-hooded crew neck sweatshirt. So if that is all possible, I appreciate y'all. Sending love and positivity in the new year.
Is that available? I'm sure they have.
We don't have
crew neck.
They do though. So
yeah, we can add that.
What I want to say to anybody who's like, I want this, but I wish it came in this.
Yes.
If it's available, we can do it. So you can ask for it.
Yeah. So you'll go home and do that?
I told Misty, I already responded to Misty, guys, because I'm on top of it. But we are able to do this. So if you're like, why isn't Drink Your Coffee on a water bottle? Or like, if there's a design that you like that we have, but it's not on the merchandise that you want, feel free to request it.
I love it.
Because most likely we can do it.
I might even get that crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle might get it. So Misty, thank you for getting over your discomfort.
Yes.
And
let's see what else we can make Misty do.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to make Misty do stuff.
I know, it's going to be so uncomfortable.
Let's put her in some real weird situations.
Possibly illegal.
Oh, man, Misty, you don't know what's coming in 2023. All right. We have a really lovely letter. We have a really nice message from Sam Urbano. I don't care, Sam. I'm sharing your last name.
We're sharing his last name. If you give it, we're sharing it.
Okay. Hello, Danielle and Kristine. I love the podcast. It goes to the top of my list as soon as it comes out. Thank you.
So nice.
I don't normally write letters like this to people, but I felt compelled to contact you both because I wanted to let you know how much the How to Survive Grief episode means to me. First, I want to send my condolences to both of you for your losses.
Thank you.
I am currently dealing with my father, who's been in the hospital since November from a stroke that they later found out was from a cancer on his brain. Unfortunately, it's not going to be something that he can come back from.
Right.
We were hoping that he was well enough to come home yesterday, but he could not pass the medical discharge and moved him to a hospice facility last night. Oh, Sam, I'm so sorry. Fortunately, I live in Las Vegas, and we do have a few actual hospice facilities.
Oh, good.
I haven't gotten to visit him yet, but I'm hoping it's as nice a place as Kristine's stepbrother was in. The part that hit me is that it's so very hard to just deal with the rest of life moving on when you're trying to deal with a family member in this situation.
Yeah.
Garen was right that it's horrible that there is no direction. Like I said, I don't normally write these kinds of things, but I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you both opening up about something so hard, and it really came at a time that I needed it. Right now, I'm just trying to remain calm.
Oh.
Thank you. And I know this gets thrown around a lot these days, but I really do appreciate you. Take care.
It's really meaningful.
Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
And we're so sorry about what you're going through.
Yeah.
And we get it that it is hard to deal with such an enormous loss or situation and know how to manage yourself and like what you're supposed to be doing. And I think there's just no really wrong answer.
Yeah. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. You just do what
you can to get through the day and try to find the small comforts. And, you know, we're
May I recommend My Unorthodox Life?
Danielle?
If you want something really stupid, something that seems like it's going to be meaningful and then is really stupid.
Yes.
Or it's both at the same time.
Yes.
I'm just saying it helped, you know.
It helped Danielle.
It helped me.
I really liked Jeopardy.
Yes.
Jeopardy made me feel good.
You know what? That's a good thing I could say because we added that this year. I don't think we watched Jeopardy last year. This was a new thing.
Yeah.
So that is one of my favorite shows of the year.
Yeah.
So we definitely watched that and loved it.
That might be a good Christmas gift for my family, actually, is to add like Sling so that we can all watch Jeopardy regularly.
It's a good family show.
Thank you for reaching out, Sam. We're sending you love.
Yes.
And if you want to reach out and let us know how you're doing, we love to hear from you. And thank you. And to everyone, we hope you have a really good new year.
Yes.
Because by the time you hear this, Christmas is past.
Oh,
I know.
That makes me sad.
I know. They already opened their gifts. We hope you got what you wanted.
I hope you got some cool swag.
I hope you got nice, thick socks.
Yep.
And you weren't disappointed.
Yeah. All right. Well, are we coming back?
Great.
Do we have things we've learned today or no?
I got a couple.
All right. So then we'll be right back with what did we learn today?
See you in a second.
Kristine.
Yeah.
Are you ready to learn what we learned today?
Sure.
Everything's coming up ribbons. According to Adweek, Joann dropped the fabrics from its name to remind current customers and teach old ones that the company is more than just fabric, said Stephen Miller, Senior Vice President, Marketing and E-commerce at Joann Stores.
Stephen Miller?
Steve Miller. It's a really...
Yeah.
It's a really common name. That was my Steve Miller thank you band.
I got it.
But what about the Joann part? Because I swear to God, there used to be a hyphen and then there wasn't a hyphen.
I feel like it's just
you buried the lead
to modernize the. I just liked the fact that they're to remind old customers that we're more than just fabrics.
Come in. My Unorthodox Life is a Netflix series about the personal and professional life of fashion mogul Julia Hart. That's her name. A former member of an ultra-Orthodox Jewish community. My Unorthodox Life star Julia Hart allegedly had a boob job and charged the procedure to Elite World Group prior to her firing.
Wait, this is a lot.
And an internal investigation has revealed. Wait a second.
Got to get to season 2.
Holy shit! She gets fired. Isn't she in charge of the whole thing?
What?
I only have what I showed you.
First Day is a Hulu series about Hannah Bradford, a 12-year-old transgender girl who begins her first year of middle school while trying to live as her authentic self. So that's the Australian show?
Yes.
Cool. I will check that out. It's definitely not a party unless there's a goat in a Christmas sweater.
Oh my God.
I'll send you a picture.
Please send me a picture.
It was just so nice.
That's so sweet.
It was such a lovely thing. Anyway, thank you for listening. Happy holidays. Hope you had a fabulous Christmas, Hanukkah, and we'll have a fabulous New Year's.
We're going to see you guys back here in 2023.
Oh my God.
And until then,
remain calm.